Wow, this government sure does suck. You know, I see the big election joke with Chlamydia Harris and Joe Biden there, old crooked ass Mafia Joe, and then you've got this bombastic, narcissistic, egotistical. What an absolute joke Donald Trump is, and his little stormtroopers, his little brown shirts at his little Nazi rallies. I find the whole thing to be quite indicative of just how dysfunctional the American Democrats and Republicans really are. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make something really clear. I come from a long line of Icelandic, Norwegian, Scandinavian, whatever you want to refer to us as. My ancestors were Vikings. And I heard that stupid, fat, orange piece of crap, Trump, Biden, whatever his name is there, Brump, just a jackass. He's a jackass. He carried out in one of his rallies about some man in the audience who had long hair, and he started mocking him as being some kind of a woman. Well, I got a message for Don Trump. You stand in front of me and call me a woman and find out just how female I am, because I'm going to knock your freaking head right off your shoulders. You're nothing but a worthless, crooked, mafia, CIA asset piece of dung. You're a piece of dung, Trump. And Joe Biden and his crooked ass family are the same cut of cloth. The Bidens are crooked dung, just like the Trumps. And this is the problem with the American government. I'm currently fighting the crookedest banks in the world in federal court. I'm in an appellate court, actually. And I've got some other federal actions going on. And the remarkable thing is I got to fight the government. I'm not fighting the defendants. I'm fighting these crooked judges. The crooked judges. And trust me, there's a bunch of them with their heightened pleading standards under Rule 9A and 9B there, the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. The scam of heightened pleading standards when you're pleading frauds against their campaign contributors. Against their campaign contributors. Wow. I don't think the heightened pleading standards apply when the government wants to slap you with a arrest on an information. Yeah, they ain't got no heightened pleading standards there, right? Just whatever the government says. The U.S. government is, they print money right from nothing with the Federal Reserve, and that brings me to this point. The Federal Reserve with BlackRock Financial are engaged in this big program of huge bailouts of corporate America. BlackRock is buying up securities and bonds with helicopter money. The Federal Reserve prints up the money, and then they're bailing out all these great big corporations while the American people, they don't get a second round of stimulus. Let that sink into you for a little while. BlackRock Financial, the Federal Reserve are handing out gazillions to Americans' corporations that donate to the Democrats and the Republicans while the American people eat cake. There's an example of your government for you, and if you think I'm fooling around, look it up. Do a little research. See if the old long-haired, is telling you the truth. So, to Donald Trump, you're a pussy. You're nothing but you're just nothing but a pussy, Trump. And your rallies, I guess you learned about rallies from your readings of Mein Kampf. Word has it you kept a copy of Mein Kampf around all through your formative years when your mommy and daddy sent you off to boarding schools. You went to boarding schools, didn't you, Donnie, with your pinky out in the air? Because you're a pussy, Trump. And the people around him, man, I mean, oh my God almighty, man. Here's an example of the way Donald Trump's, idiocy works. You know that picket fence? Take a look at that fence they're building along the U.S.-Mexican border with the steel pickets every, 10 inches or so. Dope goes through those pickets like floodwater. That picket fence ain't slowing nothing down. Trust me, the Mexicans have figured out how to, get around that fence. Get over the fence, get under the fence, get through the fence. It's a fence. And it costs $3,500 for every one of them pickets. You do the math. $3,500 per picket. $20 million a mile. That's right around $3,500 for every picket. Isn't that amazing? I wonder who's getting fat cat rich off of that, Don Trump. I'll bet you it's not Joe Biden's contributors. No, it's your contributors, Trump, and you got a bunch of other programs doing the same thing, where your pals and your buddies get the cream while everybody else eats cake. That's why you're a fat bag of you-know-what, Donald Trump, just like Biden. Biden's the same way. So, folks, you'll have to excuse my bad attitude, but the United States government is, it's an organized crime syndicate. The Democrats and the Republicans are like the Crips and the Bloods, and they're never going to do what's right for America. They're going to take care of their own families, their own cronies, their own inner circles, their own campaign contributors. They're gonna take care of themselves. Ask yourself, when's the last time Donald Trump's done anything for you? Has he ever come over to your house and washed the dishes or mowed your grass or helped you change the tire on your car? No, him and Melania are too busy out on the golf course, screwing around with their friends, having parties, flying around the world in Air Force One, having parties, making sure all their friends get rich and their kids get rich. That's what the Bidens do, same thing. You ever had Joe Biden come over to your house and help you mow the grass or do the dishes or pick up the kids' room? Hell no. These people don't do anything for the American people. They do everything for themselves and their party. It's a great big party, and you ain't invited. Ever heard that one before? So, ladies and gentlemen, there's my commentary for Monday morning. And yeah, I want to get old Joe Biden and Don Trump come on down there to federal court and help me, rein in these crooked-ass bankster gangsters that are laundering trillions through the U.S. mortgage markets. Yeah, there's one for FinCEN. You think this video's a joke? It's not a joke. No, I'm in it right up in the grill, right nose to nose with FinCEN right now, and how they're hiding the money laundering racketeering of the biggest banks in the mortgage business. I said that right. The money laundering activities of the biggest banks in the American mortgage businesses. Folks, I'm going to leave it right there, and as always, we'll be back. Hasta la vista.